So here's the bottom radiator neck here, and the pump's supposed to suck up from the bottom on this car. Okay, and then it pumps out here around the block, around the cylinders, keep them cool. This couldn't suck up anything. Look at that. It's starting to break away a little bit, but hello everyone, welcome to the channel. Thank you for watching this video. Today we're back on this 1963 Mercury that hasn't ran in decades. I have recently taken out the radiator with some bad news. Well, I knew it was leaking, but it's going to have to be completely, the core is going to be completely replaced, and so that's going to be expensive. A new one would be even more expensive, and I have to get it online. So it's already out, and with all of the sitting and the rust that was in the radiator, I'm sure it has gone up into the pump. So I'm not going to put a new radiator on with this old pump. So we're going to replace the pump, or we're going to attempt to do that anyway today. First thing I'm going to do is get a 1/2 inch socket. There are 1, 2, 3, 4 bolts here on the fan, so I want to unloosen those and to try to take the fan off. Then we'll have to get the pulley off, have to loosen the belt. So it's pretty I don't know, it's pretty straightforward, I guess. Here's the water pump, 2 channels or ports, one on each side. So yeah, let's go ahead and get these off first. Again, those are 1/2 inch. That was really easy. I don't know the torque specs, but that was not on there hard at all. Now I have sprayed these with some PB Blaster. Here goes the second one. I'm using one hand for this. It's really not that hard. Here goes the third one. Okay, I'm going to try to remember how hard it was to loosen these, and I don't want to torque them, I guess, too much when I put them back on. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and take these out. I'll get right back. Each one of these each one has a washer. That's how long they are. Alright, just remove the last bolt. Look at that, right off. That's a heavy fan too. So with those out, got some good play in there, and we need to loosen the belt now. Whoa, no, we don't even need to do that. Okay, so that I'll know which side of the fan to put on. Got my bolts, putting them back through, just like that. Okay, up here, here's our belt configuration. Water pump pulley, alternator, and then the crankshaft, I'm sorry. We'll just pull the pulley off. Okay, there we go. So to take that off, I didn't have to loosen the alternator bracket at all. However, to get the pump off, I am going to have to remove the bolt here. And it looks like right here goes into the water pump. May have to take, I don't know what I'm going to have to do yet, but The alternator is held on by another bolt, a pivot bolt right down here. So that's kind of the configuration of that. And it's got like a splash shield here. All right, so yeah, let's go ahead and loosen this right here. I believe that's a 9/16. This one right here. I've already loosened this one. Neither one of these are really tight. I did spray some lubricant, but yeah, there's no rust, thank goodness. I'll go ahead and get these out. Here's that 3/8. Okay, 5/8 bolt now going into the alternator, holding this bracket on. Now I think once I get it loosened, I'll be able to just rotate this. Yeah, perfect. There we go, beautiful. Just rotate it out of the way. So next we got this heater core hose here on the pump. Right here, we're going to go ahead and try to remove it. Hopefully we'll be able to save it. I got some really cheap there we go. Okay, now we go for this one right here. All right, so we could take this one off here. I think I'm going to go ahead and leave it on, leave it tight, and take this back one off. And then when we pull it, we'll pull the hose off with the pump. Now this back one, I have to use a screwdriver, unfortunately. So it's going to take a little time. I just barely moved it, so I'll get back. But yeah, that's what my hope is, to just pull it straight off of with the pump. We're going to go ahead and go for the bolts on the water pump now, and I'm using what did I have here? I think it was a 14 millimeter. Look at that. That wasn't tight at all. So there's one underneath here, right there, and same thing over here on this side. So let's go ahead and get those off. All right, next we're going with the lower one on the driver's side. Alright, so this one on my left side, clearly the hardest one to get off. Alright, so this one's actually attached to the hose to the reservoir here. So we have this hose here coming from the reservoir here. Coolant reservoir, I guess. And when I took that bolt out, here's the bottom of that hose. See that there? That's kind of how it went in, holding that in place. You know, it's the overflow, I guess. Okay, so what's odd is when I took that bolt out, I had coolant coming out of this heater core hose. And it was green, and it's been in there for 40 years sitting. So anyway, and the last one to remove over here is a passenger side top bolt right there. Alright, take a look at the bolts now. All three of these are the same. This one's different. This one's more of like a carriage bolt. They were all 14 millimeter. This was the bottom on the passenger side. This is the one that had the overflow tube connected to it. You know, it had the little loop over there, like a washer, connected to the hose. So that's the only difference here. All right, so water pump is should be clear and free of any bolts now. And you know, there was only those four holding it in place. We got the hose here still keeping it in place. So, you know, after being on there for decades, it's going to take a little persuasion to get off. So I'm going to go get a dead blow hammer, or just a basic regular hammer, maybe a crowbar or something, and see if we can break it loose and then remove it. Okay, so after sitting for 4 decades, I seriously doubt there's any there may be some coolant. I don't know how long coolant lasts, but you know, some came out of the heater core or the hose there. So I don't know what to expect. Look at that, it's about ready to collapse. Oh man, there we go, it's off. And it is heavy. I'm going to use another hand here. Okay, here's what we got. I'm going to try to get a suction shop vac and try to suck some of this out. I can feel a water level. That side. Not on this side over here. Look at this, how clean they are. some of the old gasket right there. I'll have to remove that. It's not going to be that hard to do. It's pretty gnarly in there. So anyway, that's going to be it, I guess. Not that difficult to do. Thanks for watching. This is a 63 for the 2 or 3 people out there that are interested. 63 Monterey, same as a Galaxie. Have a nice day. Till next time, take care.